As a college student, I use my skateboard to get around campus, and this is always great until I get home and I have to store it somewhere. Laying it down, it takes up too much floor space and it can roll around. Leaning it up on a wall can leave marks from the wheels over time. Especially after it rains, I don't want to get mud and debris everywhere. Which is why I designed and fabricated a product that will help you store your skateboard on a shelf like this.
I first created a CAD model involving 2 metal hooks, 2 wood brackets, and 2 extension rods. For the materials, I will be using an aluminum bar from the machine shop, a wood plank found in the wood shop, and an aluminum rod found on Amazon. Starting with the aluminum bar, I will first cut it down to size. I used aluminum as it has great non-corrosive capabilities. After grinding the edges, I will bring the part over to the drill press. I hope to put a hole down the center of the rod, so I use a small section to keep the drill centered so it doesn't go to either side. Once finished with the first part, I made sure to duplicate it for the second. Next up is the wooden brackets. I first used a miter saw to cut the wood down to length. And then I cut with the bandsaw to get the correct thickness. Don't cut in this grain direction as the grains will cause the bandsaw to bend and create bumps. Once I used a drill press to cut all of the holes into the wood, I checked it with the metal pieces, and once they fit, I moved on to the next wood bracket. This part had very similar steps, using the miter saw, the bandsaw, and the drill press, and once I was done, I made sure that the 2 pieces fit together. Using a belt sander, I was able to round the edges and also get rid of any sharp edges that may still exist. To help protect the wood, I got a stain from Home Depot. This is just in case I bring my skateboard home anytime it's wet or muddy. I then hang it up to dry for 24 hours. Lastly, I will be using the aluminum rod. I will be using the same center hole technique as I was using on the other piece. While using a vise and a hammer to push the fasteners through, I realized that I forgot the washers. But once I got the washers on the first half, I moved on to the second half where I also forgot the washers. To bend the rods, I used 2 screwdrivers inside of a vise. This allowed me to have the leverage that I needed to bend each of the rods to the angle required. I wanted to protect the skateboard trucks from the bare metal, so I used a product called Plastidip. This adds a protective rubber-like substance to the outside of the bare metal. Now that I had all the parts, all I had to do was put them all together with the fasteners, and I had a finished product. The product is easily able to hang up on the shelf, allowing me to hang my skateboard up and out of the way. It is able to extend and retract to fit multiple different truck sizes. Now I have one less thing to worry about when I get home from class.